Hi all, welcome to RACSINFOTECH. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install eBusiness Suite 12 to 12. Okay, 12 to 12 in a single node Vision appliance. What is mean by this? Like the software which is already installed, pre-installed, and then Oracle is going to provide in the format of Vision appliance. So if you want to install normally, this 12 to will take more time. Okay, that we will discuss in further. But high level thing, if you are looking for Oracle Business Suite installation part, and then you want to try demos and lab activities, if you want to practice in your own laptop, this will helpful. Okay, yeah, let's get started. So to high level steps, how we are going to do or how we are going to achieve this option, right? How we are going to get it. Before we jump into these high level steps, let me explain what is the latest version for this 12 to 12. Not the 12 to 12. It's part of Oracle Apps DBA or e-business suite. What is the latest version? It's a 12 to 14 is there. So these are all the versions which are released by the Oracle. So who can use this software? Okay, this is as part of our Oracle Apps DBA day one session. Okay, as I said in our previous video, if you are not watched, you can go through it, and there I have explained the Oracle Apps DBA course. This course, okay, Oracle Apps DBA course. And as I said, this is the next video. After you watched the introduction and the course curriculum, everything, then you can step into this part. Installation of eBusiness Suite 12 to X. I mentioned X means you can take 1, 2, 3, 4. Likewise, latest version is 12 to 14. So we don't have a Vision instance. I couldn't able to find it, but that's okay. You can practice it from 12 to 12 version. After that, I'll explain this another video. There we can discuss about apps DBA architecture and the file systems. So these are all the sequence videos which I'm going to provide you through our channel. Okay, let it be. So this is the first day one. Somebody is willing to learn or ready to learn apps DBA course. Go with day one video. This. Okay, leave it that part. Now, so if somebody will ask you, what is the latest version in Apps DBA? Okay, you can say Apps DBA we are using, or we are going to, as Apps DBA, you are going to support eBusiness Suite application and the database. But majorly, our primary role is we need to support this eBusiness Suite application. So this application latest one is 12 to 14. But in this video, we are going to learn, or in this series of Apps DBA training, you will learn about 12 to 12 version. Okay. Let's get started. So what is this Vision appliance and all? It's not required in depth and all, like high level. See, simply, if you want to install eBusiness Suite, you require Oracle database. If you want to install this application, eBusiness Suite and the Oracle database, you need operating system and the server. So instead of going all those things, let me give you, if you as an apps DBA, what we are going to support. So apps and database administration, both apps administration, database administration, both together. Those who are supporting these two, we call it as a apps DBA. These products are designed and developed by Oracle. So Oracle apps DBA, leave it. This apps part, okay, if you want to maintain this application, what kind of application you are supporting? This e-business suite application you are going to support. So first, as a DBA, application DBA or application admin, you should aware what are all the latest versions we are having and how we need to install, how we are going to maintain. That part is done. Next part is DBA, database administration. So without database, we cannot install this e-business suite application. This is just an application, right? If you want to install any kind of, it is not only e-business suite, it could be other SO application, or it could be some other BI applications, whatever it is. Okay. If you want to install, you require a backend is database. So this we can do it in a two servers. Okay, two servers. This is server 1 and this is server 2. What is mean by the server? Simple, right? Small definition I'll give you. That's a computer. Two computers we required. So in a computer, if you want to access anything, you should have an operating system. So two computers, number one, system 1, system 2. Instead of computer, in technical words, I'll call it as a node or host. Okay, two hosts. This is RACS DBA 1, RACS DBA 2. So RACS DBA 1 I'll install operating system is Linux. On top of that, I need to install the database and RACS DB or RACS apps 2 or RACS apps 1 node, another system, right? Here also we require operating system. I install Linux operating system. I'm giving example, guys. Okay. Without operating system, we cannot use the servers. Okay. Then on top of this, we can install the application, this e-business suite application. Then as and when you are going to install this application, it requires the database. Without the database, we cannot install, right? As part of our e-business suite software, we will get the database versions as well. Okay. Instead of core DBA database, the way we are installing, slightly difference is there. Okay. Slightly. That is different story. No need to go with in depth. So database is required. So I have the database and this is my application. So database I'll install in one server. Application, this software I'll install in another server. This architecture, we call it as two node architecture. Two node. It means two nodes I'm using. But if you want to install this kind of architecture, you require more memory, more storage. That we will go with. Okay. What is the prerequisites if you want to go with this vision application? Okay. High level, here I need at least 4 GB memory. In our other language, we call it as a RAM, 4 GB. And another thing is I can take 100 gig storage. So this is for one node. Another node I need at least like 16 gig memory, RAM, and it required another 400 gig around. Okay, 400 gig. I'm giving you a rough, what I can say, calculation part, storage and memory, storage. So total, you require 500 gig for storage and around 20 gig for memory. So if you have this kind of environment, you can go with this is recommended. And the performance, if you want to improve the performance, that is good. But if you don't have, we are doing as a POC kind of a lab environment, right? So both database and application we can install in a same node. Same node. Operating system is there. It should be. Without this, we cannot do anything. On top of this, we can install the DB layer, database. On top of that, we can install e-business suite. Everything on single node. This we call it as a single node. Okay, single node architecture. E-business suite, single node architecture. Leave it. So what we are going to achieve here? If you have a 16 gig, the same memory, we can utilize it. Okay, and 400 GB, that is also sufficient. So instead of going to different servers, maintenance and all, in real time for organization, you can recommend this architecture or more architecture like 3 node or 4 node, or you can recommend according to their client. That is different story. If you want to do a POC, if you want to do any kind of testings in your own machine, okay, then you can do it in a single node. That is good. So you are going to save the storage and memory and storage, 400 gig. So this lab I'm going to show you in a single node. So single node, we have an operating system, we have a database, and we used to have e-business suite 12.2.12 version. Hope you got it. Now, next, we can go with high level, how we are going to achieve this activity. It's very simple and straightforward. Just go through this video so that you can able to install your Vision Appliance in your own PC. Okay. High level steps, prerequisites. What are all the prerequisites required to achieve this e-business suite 12.2.12 installation on your laptop, on your computer? Then I'll explain those prerequisites and system setup, how much memory you required and how much storage you required. Majority of these things, that's it. And we required virtual machine because in my system I already have a Windows operating system, so I should not install, I couldn't able to install another operating system. If I want to work parallelly two different operating systems, it may not support. Okay, even somebody will say we can do it, that's not at all recommended. Not at all recommended. Go with Virtualbox. We have a solution. Why should we go with take a headaches? Okay. Okay. Virtualbox is required because we are going to install this Vision Appliance. Okay. E-business suite Vision Appliance on this Virtualbox, Oracle VM Virtualbox. I'll show you also these things. Then we need to download the software. This e-business suite 12.2.12 Vision software we need to download. If you want to download any software, Not only database, not only e-business suite, any other Oracle products. There are more than 256 plus products. I'm just giving you a heads up kind of one. There could be huge, 2000, 5000 also they used to have, but whatever the limitations we have, that we will discuss in these things. Okay. For this, Oracle database is required, Oracle e-business suite is required, Oracle Linux is required, and Oracle VM Virtualbox is required. Total 4 softwares we required to do this in our laptop. Okay. So those softwares, except this, Oracle database, Oracle Linux, Oracle e-business suite, everything you can download it from the e-delivery software. This is the location site. Okay, you can register. I'll show you that also. If you don't have a login credential access, you can register with your own mail ID. It could be a Gmail, Yahoo, whatever it is. It's personal mail ID also. You can sign up and then you can log in. You can download. It's a free of cost to download the softwares. And once we download it, we can put those softwares in one location, specific location. There we need to unzip the softwares. And then once you unzip the software, we can make concatenate, which means all like 18 files will be there. All together, we need to make a single file. That activity, we call it as a concatenate. That concatenate, we can do it and it will create one single file. Instead of 18 files, the software is holding 18 files. 18 files, zip files. After you unzip it also, it will come 18 files. Okay. These 18 unzipped 18 files will make it one single file. That single file, we call it as a .ova file. This OVA file is nothing but your database plus e-business suite software. Both will be there in the same software. But in other way, if you want to do it, you have to do it database separately. No need to do this concatenation. Once you unzip the software, you have separate software files where we need to download. Then unzip the database software and application software. You have start your installation part. That is different story. That's a huge process. We don't need to make too much complex of your process. If you want to do e-business suite practice, go with this. It is the best practice. Okay. Or if you are flexible with that, I'll in future I may able to share. I will share how to do the individual database and application installations. Those I'll share it. Leave it. That part. Okay. So once we have this OVA file is ready, then we need to import that OVA file with our Oracle VM machine. Okay. Oracle VM virtual machine. Then we need to start that. Once you import, okay, then you need to click on the start button. Then it is going to prepare your database and applications. Once it is done, we need to do some kind of post sanity checks and post login activities. It means the forms and other things. You will see it. So these are all the high level steps. Okay. How many steps we are having? 9 steps. Prerequisites, system setup, VM setup. VM setup, I already made a video in our YouTube channel. You can go through it. I'll try to give that URL in our description. Okay, this download softwares also, I'll give you the link in our description, video link description, and how to make this unzip, how to make these OVA files, everything I'll put it in our description. Else, we have a blog. Anjani Apps DB is our Oracle Apps DBA and Core DB related blog. There you can able to see it. Okay, let me show you that as well. Okay, let's get started. These are all the high level things, guys. So no need to think about much. Let's start this activity. So prerequisites, what we need to think about it. Prerequisites are you need a system with 400 GB storage, free storage, okay, and 16 gig memory. It is good to have these two and one CPU. These are all the prerequisites and software and storage related requirements. And then you should have installation of Oracle virtual machine, the software. I'll give you the link also how to download and how to install. We already have a video. So in this video, it could be very lengthy. Again, we are going to go and then install. I already have this virtual machine, so no need to install. I'll give you the description. This is very important. 400 GB storage is required, 16 GB memory, one CPU is sufficient for to achieve this activity in your PC or laptop. Okay. And major prerequisites as and when you're going to import it, right? We are going to use the bridged adapter. It's a network concept, guys. No need to take into your heads. Just go with high level. But if you want to read it something about what is mean by this bridge adapter, host only NAT, why we need to do all those things, it's not our job. As an apps DBA, we need to download the software, installation of the softwares, right? So that's we can take it up. But as part of this lab, I'm going to choose the network is bridged adapter. Okay. These are all the ports which we are going to use it. SSH port, forget about this 80. We are going to use 22 port. Let me minimize so that you will get this one. Database port is, I mean, SSH port is 22, and our database port, we are going to use it for 1521. DB port is 1521. Application port, we are going to use default 8000. And if you are using HTTP, we are not going to use this HTTPS, use 443. 443 is for HTTP. This is HTTP URL, HTTP. If you have enabled SSL in your environment, okay, that comes under as HTTP. Yes, this it means it is secure, and we enable the SSL. That port you can use 443. This is your DB port, database default. If you want to use more, that will come. I'll make another video also. There I'll explain what is mean by why. I mean, if you are changing this port, this is also going to change. How it is going to, we'll make another video. Okay. And WebLogic, because in 12.2 this inbuilt WebLogic software came into the picture instead of 10.1.3. That is also another story. As part of our architecture, we can check the difference between eBusiness Suite 12.1 lower version and the latest 12.2 versions. What is the difference between these two? I'll make another video so that you can understand the this part. In 12.1, we don't have this concept, WebLogic concept in eBusiness Suite. That is separate. But in 12.2 onwards, we have, it's a part of eBusiness Suite. WebLogic server, WLS means WebLogic server. That port, default port is 7001. So these are all the default ports. So these questions you may get as part of your interview. So just make a note on it. That's it. And downloading the softwares and the prerequisites. I'm thinking you can go ahead with this Virtualbox installation and other thing. Let me share this thing also. Just go through this link and download the Virtualbox, whatever it is. More than above 6.1 Oracle Linux or Oracle VM Virtualbox is going to support you eBusiness Suite 12.2. Okay, above 6.1. As of now, latest version is 7.0. You can download these versions. If you are using Windows operating system, you can download this. If you are using Mac or some other Solaris, you can download according to these images. This click next. It is going to install. There is no much uh, difficult steps as part of this. It's very simple. Okay. So I'll give you this also, but you can download it from my blog. Yes, here it is. In my blog also, you can check eBusiness Suite 12 to Vision Demo instance. I have given a step-by-step connecting to eDelivery, downloading the software. Okay. This thing I'll put it in our this thing description. I'll add this Virtualbox download link also in our Virtualbox. Okay. Now, coming to our eBusiness Suite, see, as we completed all our prerequisites, we already checked. You should have your VM, Oracle VM Virtualbox installation, and your system requirement. You should have 400 GB of storage and 16 GB memory, and your Virtualbox should be installed. And now step 4, download the softwares from edelivery.com, oracle.com. Okay, that is the site. Here it is. If you don't have a login credentials, sign up with your personal mail ID, then you can achieve this part. Okay, so here once you logged in, you can check for Oracle EBS. Just wait for loading those things. If you're seeing anything, that's okay. eBusiness BUSINESS. So eBusiness Suite, click hospitality. It's not like eBusiness Suite. Let me give you clear cut Oracle EBUSINESS eBusiness Suite. If you want to type VISION Vision also, it will come give you the appliance, Vision appliance and all. Let me take it this in this way. Why should we waste our time here? Oracle Business Suite applications. See here, this one. You just copy paste. Let it be. Let me make this very simple one. E-business Suite till this part. Okay. Then make it search. Too much complex, right? Still it is not giving us. No problem. We have our name. How we need to search. Here it is. Oracle VM. Let me make it clear. It is not clear to me as well. Oracle VM virtual appliance. Okay, type in this way. Come on. Close it here. Oracle VM virtual. That we can type it here. Sometimes no, we have to go with Oracle VM virtual virtual virtual. This time it will give. Okay, see here, if you can type this or this one, any one of that, you can select it. Let me give you this in our description so that you can able to get it easily. From here you can search Oracle VM virtual appliance for e-business suite and select it. The version, if we have 12.2.12 is there, and older version also we have 12.1.3 older version also we are having. That's what I mentioned. uh, as and when they are going to release the latest things, they will go with -1 or -2, and they used to put latest one is 12.2.14, but the virtual appliance they given for 12.2.12. So you can choose anything. I'll choose this REL, and once you select it here, it is going to cart. View cart, you can see Oracle VM appliance. Okay, virtual appliance. Continue. These steps are already there, guys. You can just select it here. I used to mention it here. Either you can go with this or this and click next. Next, agree that and download the software. So it's very simple and straightforward. Let me show you. This is the 12.2.12. And it's like, I mean, if you are using different operating system, we don't have another option here because it's already installed in our Linux machine. Okay. It's totally 68 GB. Click on continue. We need to accept this license part, terms and conditions, then click on continue, else it won't allow you to do it. So these are all the files. Total 18 files will be there. Total 20 files is there. Out of 20, 18 is a sequence and 2 is individual files. So size is 68 gig. So so all these files you need to download. Okay. This is just a readme document, and other one is a single node installation of your is an instance related thing. That's okay. So total 68 gig. Your internet speed will be, it should be good, and then you can start in downloading part. Okay. It may take like, depends upon your internet speed. Click on the download option. All these 20 files will come. First, it is going to download the Oracle virtual, this thing I'll show you. This one. Why it is going to download the software means, if you are downloading all the files one by one, sometimes if your power outage or your system internet issues and any other things, okay, again you need to start it from the first. So if you are using this Oracle download manager tool and select it which location you want to, where the storage is there for 68 gig, then browse that location and download it. Click next. It is going to download the softwares one by one, all 20 files. Even though your power is gone, again you can resume the job. Okay. And if you want to step out of the computer, you can pause that job and then you can leave it. Okay. So I already downloaded. This is the way how we need to download the software. Then let me cancel it. It is not required for me because I already have. So that will take time. I have downloaded all the files here in yeah, one of my direct where I have a storage. Okay, all these files. So how many files, if you want to count it? See here, it's total file counts. You will see it here. 20 items, 68 gig. Okay, 20 files, 68 gig. Already downloaded. Once you download it, next you can follow the document, right? So download of the software is completed, and deploying this on virtual machine. Okay, OVA file. So we need to convert, right? Then only we can import it, concatenate of those things and all. Let me make step by step things. Download is completed. Here also you can make unzip all 20 files. Here we can do it the same thing. I have already, I think so, but let me go through it below. I'll get it those. Okay, leave it that part. So high level things as we gone with this step by step things, right? So download is done, then you need to do the unzip of that instead of 18, 20 files. Okay, unzip of the software. Download the software is completed, and next part is unzip the software here. unzip the 20 files. Download software completed. Then unzip the 20 files. I'll make this. I don't want to make it in different way. Let me remove this step by step. How we are going to unzip these files? Let me take it from our blog. So all these files we have downloaded, and step 2, once all downloaded, unzip it. And below I used to give the unzip command also. In Windows, you can use it without this unzip command. You can just select it, all the files. I'll show you that how to do that. So I already selected, right? Right click, extract here. Okay. Just click on the extract here. Print. Let me paste in my this thing. Select all files. Right click. Then select extract all. Extract here. Okay. Same way. So extract here option, you can do that. Extract here. Okay, once you done that part, and all the files will be unzipped like this. Okay, these files, all these 18 files will come, and one folder will come into this one document. This is not required. These 18 files are very important. So these files has been unzipped from the patches, whatever we have. These we call it as a patches or the softwares, all are zip files. This is unzipped files, .ova, .114. So we'll make it all these 18 files into one single file, that we call it as a concatenation. So these are all the .ova files. We cannot import one by one, right? All together it should work as a single software. That's where we need to make all these 18 into one single file. That, let me show you how to do that. So this command will help us to make concatenation of all the 18 files. Let me take this into our notepad here. Concatenate, or else I'll make it make single .ova file instead of 18 individual files. Okay. This is a command where we can use it. This we need to run it from our command prompt. Okay. So from command prompt, you need to select all these file names. So make sure you have the proper file name. See, I already have no, so that you no need to go with this. Like take it anything dot this thing and make it dot Ora 18. Let me show you this in our Word 18th file, right? Yeah, here it is. See here, this is going to take dot Ora. So all these 18 files is make it dot OVA in single file. So if you have more files, give the file name, then give the symbol plus symbol, and then make it, add it. So if you are making, it will take all these 18 files and then it will make a single .ova file. This file, we are going to use it in our VM that we are going to import it. So use this command. Also for this, we need to connect it to, let me write it. Connect command prompt and go to the location of below files. Then copy paste the below command. That's it. So for that, see here, I have this e-business suite thing, and I copy pasted everything, and it is going to concatenate into single dot file, dot OVA file. That is not there already. So let me check this. Okay, then you can take this option, copy all those things, files, and make it into your notepad. That is good way. Then again copy from starting to end, then copy paste it, Then what we have left here is connect to your command prompt and go to this where we have this e-business suite software which we have unzipped it, right? All these files. This is there in my PC, E drive 12.2.12 location. That location we have to go and copy paste this command in your local Windows command prompt admin. Okay, paste it all those things, just enter it. And it is going to make a single file in this location. Okay, in this location we don't have any other files, right? This one. So this is going to prepare. As of now, how much GB it is holding? 3.87. It is going to complete all those 18 files and make it a single file. We can see the progress here. Let's see the progress. 1, 2, 3, something. Okay, let it complete. Let me pause it and then we'll get back once it is done. It may not take more than 2, 3 minutes. Let it be. Okay, it's almost 15 files, another 3 files. Let it complete. Then we can go with the next step of importing. So because even if you can do it one by one file, but it is not going to have all the complete functionality, right? That's where we need to make this all 18 files into single file by using this copy. See here, one file has been copied. It means it's copied to single file in this same location. That's where we require 400 and 400 GB or 450 GB free storage should be there in your system, because this software itself, it is 68 GB of your soft zip files, another 68 files, 68 GB of another 20 files. Then this will take another 71 gig, this one. So totally here itself, all the software itself, it will take around 210 or 200 plus GB, right? And then once you start importing, there also we require another 150 GB, something like that. That's where around 400 and 450 GB storage is required if you want to do this kind of setup. Okay, this file is ready now. Now jump to next step, importing that OVA file. So this is done. Then start deploying that OVA file which we have make it. So how we need to do that is this part. Okay, let me start this part. Okay, now we can import that OVA file into our Virtualbox. That's where this Virtualbox is needed, right? So I already have another video there. You can see how we can install this part. Okay, let me import this. Click on the file, right side, import appliance. Then select where we that OVA file is there. It is there on our E drive and 12.2.12 softwares. Here it is. So this file we need to import it. Click on open. That's it, right? Whatever the file we have concatenated, all the 18 zip files into one single file. Click next, and it will ask you in which location I need to install this e-business thing. I'll choose the same location because in my C drive I don't have that much of storage. Like you can see it, C drive 68, 125, 423. So I can choose E drive. There I can create one normal folder, else you can go with the default. Okay, just give the E drive and then select the folder. It will create it. Here you can use include only NAT network adapter, or you can mention this part, generate new MAC address for all the network adapters. Go with any other option. I mean, any one of that option, that's fine. There is no issue at all. Only thing you need to think is memory side and CPU. CPU already one is there. It is better to use 2 or 3 CPUs to get the performance. If you are using one CPU and putting all the 200 GB accessing through one processor or one service, one thread, one CPU equal to 2 threads. So through by using 2 threads, we are accessing 200 GB. So if you are making 4 threads, it is very easy to system grab the information and store the information, right? So 16 GB RAM already automatically chosen, and I want to change the CPU. I'll do it after finishing of this part. Okay, just click on the finish. That's it. It is going to import in your Virtualbox. So that will take some almost like 20 minutes or 25 minutes, depends upon your system memory and system capability. Okay, if you are using only the software 16 GB RAM and then you are trying to import it, it may take longer time. Or you are using very high capacity servers, it is very quicker, like in 10 to 15 minutes you can complete. Okay, let's wait. See here, we can able to see the job status. Importing the appliance, 4% is completed. Let it done, and then we can see it in left hand side. I have already three servers is there, prod, racks, and primary. The fourth one which we are going to import, that will come another menu. Okay, let me pause it here, and then I'll get back once the import appliance is completed 100%. Yes, Dan. Yes, guys. This import has been completed successfully 100%. Now we can see it. Our e-business suite application. You can close this up thing alert, and we can see it here. So now we are ready to start this machine, and then it is going to start installation of the part. Okay, the configuration part. Almost all the software is pre-installed, but only the some prerequisites like root password, Oracle user password, and Apple MGR to connect your application services. That three users will be there. Okay, because I'll give you one diagram it so that you can understand. So single server. Okay, this is our server. This is our server. E-business suite single server. Okay, that Oracle e-business suite server. So we require three users. It will set once you start it up. It will go with first step is operating system OS. So who is the admin user for this OS? Root to do all your OS user related. So we need to set the root user and the password. That we need to do it. Okay, that is one thing. Next one is database we install. So we need to install the database with different OS user. Okay, these are all the OS users. So Oracle user we can use to manage our database because eBusiness Suite is an application and the database is the backend. So eBusiness Suite next layer. Okay, this layer we are going to use our database RDBMS. Okay, database software. So by you connecting to this Oracle user, we can stop the database and manage our database activities. Third layer is our application e-business suite software. Okay, for this also we have to use separate OS user, that is Apple MGR. This is OS user. Apple MGR is the OS. If you want, you can put your own names. Okay, these are all the standards. Okay, generic. As and when you are going to use the software, we can keep these user ID. So for managing this e-business suite application in the backend server level, that we can use Apple MGR to manage your e-business suite startup, shutdown, and all. You have to connect with this user to the same server, single server. Okay. And if you want to start down and start up your database, doing database activities, you have to connect with your Oracle user. Okay, OS user. And if you want to do all the root kind of root level package implement, I mean installations of RPMs and doing OS patching, doing OS activities, we need to connect with your root user. This is default admin user for this operating system. So as a DBA, this is not our job. This operating system is not our job. This is done by OS admin or Unix admin, whoever it is. Windows, if it is a Windows operating system, Windows admin. We call it as a OS admin. That is OS admin job. That is separate part. Leave it. So as part of our application DBA, we need to manage these two services, Oracle database and e-business suite software. So these three users, Apple MGR, Oracle user, and root user, these three is required because we need to manage the services. We can do that. Once you start this machine, that will ask to set the password. So here we need to set it. Okay, start it up. Let it be. I want to change the CPUs, right? Let me go with the storage. Yeah, let me go with the storage, not the storage thing. It's a part of memory, right? System. Click on the system. Here you have, if you want to make this optical device top, floppy, or hard disk, there is no these things. Keep it simple. Okay. Make it anything is fine. No need to change all those things. Make it very simple things. Cancel it. Discard changes. Whatever we did, that shouldn't be. Okay, let it be as it is. No need to change anything. Processors, as I said, right? One CPU you can able to use it, but let me. I have a green mark up to this much. I can use it. These many CPUs I can use. What? How many? 7. So you can use it 4. You will get a very good performance. 4 CPUs. And where is the memory? Display, that's okay. 16 MB screen, that's no need to storage, that's not required. Motherboard, that's here it is. So if you want to use 16 gig, you can use it. That is recommended. Go with more of memory. That is also good, right? More memory. That is fine. So more memory, we can choose it 17 gig instead of 16. That's it, nothing much. And keep it here. Network thing is there. One thing we need to enable the this default NAT. It won't give you the IPs. It will take your system IPs. So we need to choose the bridged adapter or internal adapter or host only adapter, whatever we want. We can go with the bridged adapter. It is very easy to manage the services with our this instance level. So I have that mentioned. Which one we need to use, adapter, which adapter we need to use. I have given where I have mentioned it somewhere. Let me take you to, yes, it is. If you want to select the network adapter, that is not our job, but yeah, good to have some idea on that part. This will make the guest VM gets its own IP address. If you are choosing NAT, it will allow you to enable it, your local machine level thing. So it's big difficult things, but no need to go with your own IP. That is a bridged adapter. You can able to independently host this. We are having 4 machines and my local computer. So totally, if you can take it as a 5 hosts. Okay, if you go with the bridged adapter, this separately, this machine is we can make it as a separate host, separate IP address. That is very easy to manage it. Okay, and what else? Shared folder we can create it, because if you want to download the patches and use this shared folder, let me make one shared folder, because I don't need to copy all the patches and all to my storage level. I can use my local machine wherever my software is there. VMs here. I can use this location as my make it read only or make it auto mount. This VM software is going to create a this part. This I can able to access it from this machine. Okay, let it be. And what else? Advanced disable, right? Keyboard could be bidirectional, because if you want to copy paste from your this machine to local machine to virtual machine, you keep this as a bidirectional. Okay, this one change. Go to general, advanced, bidirectional. In system level, I haven't changed anything. Leave it as it is, or else you can keep hard disk up. Okay, and optical is down. That's okay. And processes, instead of one, I choose 4. What else? The memory, instead of 16 gig, I choose in 17 gig, these two changes. And network level, I choose in the bridged adapter instead of NAT, because of the flexibility of IP address. Shared folders, it is optional. You don't need to go with all those things, all the optional things. Invalid settings detected, click on this part. Okay. The virtual machine is configured. Let me go with this. Graphics controller, then the recommended VMS VGA. Please consider switching unless you have a reason to keep the current selected graphical. The controllers, where it is, graphical controllers. Did we choose anything? Floppy or some other things? I don't think so. We haven't chosen invalid. Let me take this part, because it's showing something that's okay. We may not able to like the virtual machine is configured to use graphics controller other than the recommended one, VMS VGA. Switching unless you reason to keep the current. Okay, NAT, this thing, if you can keep it NAT, it may choose this VMCJ. No, right? Bridged adapter. Go to advanced. This is okay. Allow all. That's okay, guys. That we don't need to think about much, because these are all the network related stuff. We don't need to think much. Just go with flow and just understanding the basics. Even if you want to keep another network adapter, we can use it, but one is sufficient, because the one node we are using, one IP, that is fine. Click on OK. No changes, not much. Just take the snapshot if you want. Memory, processor, hard disk, optical thing, nesting pages. This is, oh, here it is. This graphics display was saying, it is saying different, like you want to change this VBox. I'm expecting this VMS VGA, VBox VGA. Which one graphical card? That's what it is suggesting us. Recommended one is VMS VGA. We are using VBox VGA. So if you want to select this VMS VGA, that invalid thing is going. So if you want to make it, we can do it. Else we can make it VBox also. That is okay. Okay. Keep it without any invalids, without any warnings. We can avoid those warnings and we can start it. That's it. Then click on start. I'll show you the flow also so that you can follow the guide. So download is complete, unzip is completed, OVA is completed. Now we have import is completed. Now we start the machine and do the only these two steps. Okay, those two steps you can follow this document. Okay, let me share you this. This import is now here. Once you click on the start, it will prompt you the password for root, Oracle, Appliance we are users. Okay, let me make it format and do this thing. That's it. Okay, let us go ahead and then start it. Here also, if you want to follow our blog, here this post, I'll put this blog link also in our description. That is very easy. You guys, you can directly click there and then go ahead and then do that. Okay, once it is done, that's okay. Import it. We have imported with the C business suite is imported. Then adapter, bridged adapter I have chosen. That's done. And what else? See, VBox VGA we have chosen here. That we got it an alert, right? Choose whatever you want. By default, I go with the default value. I haven't chosen that. There is no much difference. There also I can able to access it. Then click on the start. Okay. Even if you want to go with this, let's see how it is going to graphical card VMS VGA we used. If anything goes wrong, it's very simple. Again, you need to import this and then come back and do it. Else we can start with this changing the graphics controller and then to use it. So it is going to loading this one. Let it load. Yes. Now we are. Let me make it here. Don't click anywhere. Let it load it. Everything it is going to take it up. So we don't need to do anything. Just monitor. Only thing is we need to set the password, user ID and password for root. Let it be. Don't touch anything for this process flow. See here, it is asking localhost login. So if you want to log in, first thing is root user. So follow these steps. So first one is root user we need to give. So it's asking local password. You need to give the local username is root and then here you can type ROOT root. And it is asking to set the password for that root user. Okay, put it ROOT. So this will not display because of the Linux. Whenever your Linux servers, whenever you're entering the password, it won't display. Just type password and enter, then retype the password. That's it. So what it's saying, changing password for Oracle user. Next user it is asking. Okay. So new password for the Oracle user. I set it and confirm it back again. And now it is asking for Apple MGR. Okay. Put the Apple MGR password. Done. So all user passwords I have set it up. Now let me take it off this and see. Here I use the root user. I set the root user password. Here Oracle user I have that prompted. I given the password for Oracle user and reconfirmed. Then Apple MGR user here. I given Apple MGR password and then it proceed further. Now press any key to continue. It is asking, right? Let it go and we'll follow these steps. Once it is done, so it will ask you the network interface device, like what you want to give. ENP0 S3 interface. Network device ENP0 S3. Okay. That is network related thing. If you want to, what we have selected with the bridged adapter one, right? That is one thing. Else you can follow this document also. Same. There is no much differences. These are all the post configuration things. Let it go. Where is our screen? Here. Just cursor will come out, right? So it's already taken. Press any key. Just continue. See, enter the static IP address because we want to put our own IP address for the server. So if you want to give own IP addresses, you can give it. So here what IP address I have given. Let me check that. Or else you can just click enter, that will go. These are all the default. You don't need to enter anything here. Only thing is I need to set the host name or IP address, whichever I want. Let me go to this enp03 and static IP address. I can use anything, but I need to check which is suitable to this machine as of now. Let me check and then. Okay, we can do it anything, but we choose this one. Let me give my static IP 168.0.1. I'll give 111.123. I think it will okay. No problems with this IP. Net masking, it is going to take it 255.255.255.0. That's okay. Entry gateway, that's default. You can keep it. 000 also we can give. Or else, how we need to check is, say, go to your command prompt here, cmd here, and check IP config, get your IP addresses. Okay, here default gateway is this 192.168.0.1. Okay, 0.1 192.168.0.1 is the default gateway. DNS, same thing you can use, or you can go with this here. What it is going to mention the DNS. That's okay. Let it be. DNS server name I can give default thing, it whether it is going to take it or not. Else we can go with 92.168.0.1. Why? Because it's all like we have chosen the bridged adapter. If you can choose the host only adapter, it will take it up automatically, and it is going to take uh, all the IPs, DNS, gateways, everything individually. It is going to take. Then, as per this DNS setup and all these IP addresses, it is the new. Because of earlier I haven't chosen this bridged adapter one, so it's new. It is asking like let it be. Enter the host name. So we can use whatever the host name we want. We can put here is apps dot. Let me take you to the prompt here. apps.example.com. That's the default thing which they're going to ask us to put it. Put it the same thing, apps.example.oracle.com. Let me take it from here. That is easier to copy paste it. Let's take it that. Okay. Come on. Okay. apps.example.com. Let me cross check it again. example.com. That's okay. So it is going to configure the host name, whatever we are going to use it for our database and applications. So see here, it's going to configure. Apps is the default user for your application, and Oracle is your password for your systems. Even DB apps file system owner is Oracle. So it is going to complete your database. Your database name, its listener is starting with EBS CDB. It's a pluggable database. 19C is going to configuring the database. Okay, and it is going to start everything like database configuration, listener starts, application configuration, and everything. Let us go with this snapshot. See here, database is configured, and then it is going to run the application side auto config. So in our upcoming sessions, we can deal with these topics. What is mean by the auto config? What exactly it is going to do it, and why we need to run the auto config? All those things. Only thing is here, which is not mentioned in the snapshot, is host names. That is not prompted earlier because of the networks. And the thing which I have changed it here, maybe this one, graphic controller. Because of this, it asked me that extra steps. If I can choose this graphical controller with my VBox, it won't prompt me those steps. Okay. See here, it's system level or in general. No, right? Network, not in adapter level. Let me check where we display only. Yes. Here, graphic controller, we changed it to EMS VGA and then it is going to take it completely, all the setup. If you can make it VBox as per our snapshots here, then it won't prompt you the hostname gateway. This is a bit a different way we are going to do it. Like as a it's a lab environment, you can try all the options. If one option is not worked, you can go with another option. Whichever it is flexible, choose with that. Simple manner and then let it go. Let it go. See here, it is going to configuring your control file, I mean context file updation. So once it is updating the context file, it means it is running the auto config. So let it complete. It might take another 5 to 10 minutes. Let it finish. Let me maximize it. Once it is finished, it will be very good screen to see it. As of now, it is showing small window. Okay, let it be. Let me pause it and then I'll get back. Guys, in this step, we need to select like what type of installation we are doing. So just put or enter VISION, vision. Login type is vision. Okay, VISION, vision, and then just enter it. And it is going to manage the instance name Vision DB and see adding the services Vision DB to be boot level and Vision apps to be in a boot level. Okay, that completes our e-business suite related configuration. Once that is done, see here, this part is completed. Now we can check our IP config also, what is running, and we can add that in our etc host. Okay, and then we need to start the database and then application step by step we can follow. This concludes our configuration thing, but let's see. We can go ahead and then execute step by step. Like these three are the mandatory steps which we are going to do it as part of our e-business suite 12.2.12 vision installation part. Okay, let me connect it here. See, check which IP is running on here. IP config, it is going to show you 162.190 192.168.0.123 is running on it. So same thing we need to add in our etc host file. etc host. Okay, this is done already itself. 192.168.0.123 apps.example.com and apps is our host name. Okay, host name if we can type, it is showing apps. Apps is our host name and example.com is our domain name. Okay, it is showing very small fonts, right? Let me do one thing. I'll quickly restart our server. That is also fine. Else we can follow the activity guide from this next step. Next step activity guide. Go here. This is done. This next step is go to the scripts location and start your apps. Start apps.sh script. Before that, we need to check our database services whether running or not. That is one thing. Okay, let me share you those things one by one. So hostname is this one fixed and all the scripts will be resides under U01 install scripts location. I'll do one thing. I'll try to connect with this host from my local machine here. It is going to allow or not. We'll check it. 192.168.0.123. Okay. Or else we can do the reboot also if it is not allowed. Yes, it is allowing me to connect it. So that is very easy to guys can able to see the screen. Instead of that, I can able to connect it from here. That's where I choose in this thing. Broad, what I can say. Let me recall this thing, cancel it. Bridged adapter, network service. Yeah, this one, bridged adapter. Okay, if you're connecting this, you can able to connect it locally. See here, the difference between connecting the same server inside of the virtual machine is bit cursor is not moving here and there, the copy paste may not work properly. So we can able to use our local machine here, the same server 168.0.128. Let me set the color to different green color and the size font also we can able to see it, right? Take a duplicate session, it OS level authority, this thing is will gone for next login. Yes, let me close this. Let it be done. It's a clear, no? Let me check whether database service is running or not. Yes, man. Nothing is running on it part. Okay. What we can do is how many mount points we're having. This we haven't done anything as part of our this installation. See here, it took 341 GB, used 301 GB, and 40 GB only we are having free for vision instant. That's where I mentioned 400 GB is required. Even if you can say, shall I go with 300 GB? You can go, but see here, almost 301 GB it is used. How you can go with the 300 GB? It may not, right? So even though you are going with 350 GB, it is very difficult. That's where 400 GB storage is required, and the memory, check how much it is utilized. Free-GH. See here, total memory 16 gig and swap is 15 gig. Free 15 gig. Swap is not utilized much because we have not started yet. And the buffer level 5 GB is used and available is 15 GB. It is there for our memory. It is a memory. This is our mount points. Leave it. Now, all the scripts will be there under U01 mount point, install location. Okay, here we have a scripts location. Go to the scripts. All the scripts are important scripts. So if you want to do the configure configure statistics, clean up things, update hosts. Okay, these are all default scripts. If you can use these scripts in your environment, modify the related things, and then you can update in your environment as well. Okay, that is one thing. So we need to start the DB and start the application sequence. Then we can check all these things. See here, by default, users such as sysadmin are locked. To enable these sysadmin password and all, we need to run the below things. Database services, we can start it from anywhere. Service EBSD CDB start. This will start from your root level. Let me use this. Go to the temp location. LS check. Is there any other scripts? We don't have anything. Service EBSDB. I'm going to start the database services. Okay. Service EBSDB. Even you can connect it to Oracle and then you can go ahead and then start it also. That is there. But it's a automated scripts by the Oracle side. Database is going to start. So listener also it is going to start. DB and the listener. See here, listener process CBS CDB is going to start. Without this listener and database services, we cannot start the application. There is one thing, okay? Let it start. Waiting for the EDBS service. It may take 60 seconds or 1 minute to service start the service, waiting for the service and other things. That's okay. Then we can create these directories and then we can go ahead. See here, install apps location, you have these passwords. By default, sysadmin is not enabled. So we need to enable demo user, sysadmin, DB passwords, everything we need to enable it. We'll do these things in step by step also. Okay, let me take another tab, duplicate tab. Okay, then go to U01, install apps, scripts location. Here we have all those scripts. Let me show you. See, so many scripts. Start up the DB, shut down the DB, all those things we have. See, now finally, our listener is ready. Database is up and running. How we are going to check? PSF NIA pipe grep, SMAN background process, preman background processing. Database services is up and running. Now, next step is start the application. Okay. Through the same script, we can do it, or you can connect with Apple MGR user. There we can able to start it. Either this or that. Two methods we can do it. So now DB is up and running now. I can able to do all these steps, resetting the password. See here, app start, stop apps. This script will start your apps, stop your apps. That is also done by the scripts. All are automated. Guys, this vision instance, if you want to do automation of your screens like database shutdown and startup, application shutdown and startup, take all these scripts into your notepad and make it changes and do in your environment automation. It's very good thing to learn from the vision. Okay, enable the sysadmin. It is a shell script. If you want to execute the shell script using sh space the script name, and what is the password you want to put? Okay, let me put new password is let me set it. Done. I have set the sysadmin password, and it will generate in the log file. Let me go with this log file. See, the password has been successfully completed. Now it is enabled. I can able to connect with my front end things. Now we need to execute enable demo users. Okay, these demo users we need to enable it because we need to do certain kind of basic testings. Okay, demo user password you can keep by default. So here what is in default password most likely was welcome. You can keep it, no problem. Okay, let me set it differently. Done. So many demo users is going to take all those things is going to set up the same password. So I have set the sysadmin password and demo user is a test environment. So I have set the single password for everything. So many passwords, default users. Let it change. That is good to change because we can use it. No, because we don't know what kind of password they have resetted or set it. These are the system passwords. You can make it. Parallelly, if you want to work another thing, take another tab. This we call it as a session, new session, and go to U01, install apps, scripts location, execute it. Parallelly, we can do multiple things. Okay, different sessions. Yeah, here all is done. So we have so many log files will be there. See, so many users passwords are resetted. No, that's where we can take another thing. Let me reset it and set the product base like EBS password. Set this also. And the password for EBS system. By default, it's a welcome. So EBS system password also I have reset it. Okay. Now let me check. See, the password which I given that is not taken. Let me do this. It will take now. Let's see. Oh, EBS system password is not taking. Let me reset it. These are all okay, guys. That's not a big deal. Let's see how it is going through. Even if you don't know the password, right, we can reset the password for system EBS thing. I'm just checking whether it is the, yes, perfectly done. Now, the password for EBS underscore system by default, it is the manager, MANAGER, all small characters. Okay, that's where it took it and then it resetted the password for that. All Oracle, it's mandatory. Okay, this is also done. Okay, now the passwords we have enabled. This is one thing which we need to do, and then any errors that's not required, done. And then we need to start our environment. We can use the same script here. See, if you want to change the EBS system password, whichever it is, the default is manager. Here we can see somewhere else. You can read it. Okay. If not, the default password is manager. If you want, you can reset it. Alter user, username, identify the password. System says EBS system. You can keep the same password. Okay. Okay, then cool. Let me start application services. Okay, how to start the application services? We can follow the procedure or we can do either from, I mean, this script also we have where app start data sh script or something, save state drop. Okay, apps clean config pairs apps enables which location we are in now. Perfect, we should have the scripts. Not in this location. Here it is. No, yes, start apps. Okay, this will start the application, but normal way, right? As part of our apps DBA, the script can be executed from the Oracle user, log into Oracle user and retry this, right? See, that is not allowing because the owner of that scripts all are root users, right? Here, owners is Oracle. They took and go to that Oracle user and initiate the startup script, startup app script. Okay, switch to Oracle user, go to U01, install apps, scripts location. As of now, check, come on, pipe grep, smon, database is running and check that application TNS is showing EBS CDB is running, that is the listener, but application service is not going through run. Let me do one thing, run the script. So application is going to running. Okay, it is going to start the application. I'll give you a diagram, or else I'll make another video to how we are going to start up and shut down the application, right? This is our server. Okay, application and database install and single node. Server name is this. Okay, apps are 192.168.0.123. In the server, we have operating system. Okay, whatever we are doing from hash, it is a root user. On top of that, we have our database installed and application installed. So I have started this database initially, and then I have resetted some passwords of application related things. Okay, apps things. So now I am going to start this thing. So somebody will ask, right? Apps password we can change when your application is down, and then we are going to do it. And remaining FNDC or sysadmin passwords, how we are going to change when your application is not running, right? That is also a valid thing, because we need to check the logs whether the passwords has been successfully completed or not, because it's a single node. We already have a couple of services in the background. We'll see it. Okay. Only apps password, Apple's password we can do when your application services is down, resetting these things. But when your application is up and running, can we change the app's password and Apple's password? No, you cannot. We have to shut down this. And can I change my sysadmin password when my application is down? I don't think so. It will not allow. Okay, I don't think so. It will not allow, but there is no issue. But it is allowed us. We have changed it successfully. Let's see. Because it required the application. I mean, if you want to change, the database should be up and running. That's it. There is no dependency on the application. Only thing is, if you want to change this app's password, then only you need to shut down. Otherwise, everything is cool. You can do online all these the user resets and all. Okay. Let it application start, and we are good to go. And only thing is, whenever I'm trying to access this application from the front end, because I'll show you this. Okay, this one. If I want to see these things, I need to add the TNS entries to my local machine. Apps.example.com is there. No, there I need to add my local entries in that. Then only it will allow. Parallelly, I'll show you that. Let it start. Okay, let it start. And where else? I need to go to Windows T, this one. Come here. Program files, Windows. I have written it somewhere else. Let me check that. Drivers, and there we have etc and host file. Okay, there we need to go and then check it. Let me check that path. Here it is, Windows system 32 drivers etc host. In that location, even directly you can go with Windows system 32. I need to go system 32. Here it is, drivers. Even in your real time, right, you have to go with in this way, and then etc host, this file. Okay, this we need to open with the admin privilege. Okay, it will not admin privilege. Open with, take notepad. Sometime it may not allow you, sometime it is. That's okay. See here, apps is there. It is running on 121. We need to change it to 123. Host, say. See, it required the admin privileges. Would you like to say that up? That's okay. Let it be. I'll do one thing. I have this etc host file in my desktop. Don't save. Okay, this one is there on my, or else you can take this way, copy, go to the home location. I should have somewhere else you can paste it here. And see here, we need to open in admin privilege one. Open with, let me check that. So we need to edit it and then open with, where is the notepad? That's okay. 23. Apps example, that's fine. Save it. Saved. Done. Then copy this. Go to the same location. Continue. Done. Now I have pasted with that. So if you want to see it, you can just open with the notepad and then check it. 123 updated properly or not. Because it's in a local machine, if you want to access this application URL, it should be added into this SQL developer if you want to connect. Okay. Those will come into the next picture. And if you want to open the forms, let me check whether this application started or not. It is going through. It is going through. It may take time. All the services, let it start. Let me check PS-EF, pipe prep, TNS. See here now, my EBS. This is the TNS and this is my application listener. It is running and it should come up all the services properly. Okay. How you need to check all the services running or not? You can use this PS-few dollar and all the services connect to that user and then it is going to show you individually. Switch to Apple MGR here. PS-few dollar user. Nothing is running on it, but because we have started everything from the Oracle user. Exit. Switch to Oracle. Apple MGR. Sorry. PSFU dollar user. See here, database services running and application side EBS, registration of the listeners. Okay, it is going. FND libraries, concurrent manager started, database services running, everything. Database and applications running and the user only Oracle user we started, but in real time we cannot use the same users for both. Let me check with configure Java. Java thing. Security here. Apps example that this one it should be there. Then only we can able to access that URL. That is also there. Okay. These are all the prerequisites. Let it start and then we can access the application. Let me check. Yes, it is started. There is no issue with it. And get the login URL. That's okay. Let me use my URL is I'll check it here. This one, right? https appsexample.com. So let me access it. From here, type it https or http colon slash example.com colon 8000 port slash OA underscore HTML apps local login dot JSP. So copy paste this URL that is very unique. What's going on? Let it be. We will take another tab and there also we can give this. Try to access it. Only I have a doubt is we need to start this application services using Apple MGR, but in our vision in demo instance, right, it is going to take it everywhere. The page will no longer, that's okay. Let it be. We'll take this. Okay. Paste it here and check. Apps example.oracle.com and then you can use 8000. And the only thing I have doubt here is this one. Let me check. Let me stop the services here and connect it to Apple MGR. There we can able to because it's not accessing from here. Or we can do one thing. Firewall also we need to stop. That is also another thing which we need to check. Let me check that also. From root user, connect to root user. System CTL stop firewall This is one thing where you want to access your this thing in local machine. That's okay. Disable. I have disabled the firewall. That's okay. We are stopping the services from Oracle user, right? Let it go. Apps listener is stopped now. I'll do one thing. Switch it to Apple MGR. Okay. Here, U01 apps dot ebsenv. Set the environment. Okay. I set that run file system and then go to admin scripts home. Here we need to start. This is the procedure where we can follow. Normal procedure, okay? It is stopped from the Oracle user, even though service has started because of the Vision instance. Let me use, what is the password for apps? Let me use script plus apps. Okay, I am able to connect with apps user. So I can use the same AD, STR, AL, start all. We don't have, right? It is there, no? SHADSTR, start all. Permissions denied. Why? The services has been installed under Oracle user. Super. That's okay. As part of this, these services, everything done under Oracle user, only database and application we have installed under Oracle user. Okay, we can do one thing, exit from here, switch to Oracle. That's one thing. Then go to U01, install apps, scripts. Come on. Where is this environmental file where we have set it up right? Need to set the environment. Under apps only we have .abs, run file system, admin scripts, shad start all, strtl, apps username, give the password and WebLogic password. This is the way we are going to start our application services. Earlier we used the script startup things. Now we used proper AD start all script. Only thing, the EBS login URL. Let's see this time if I can able to browse it or not. That's what it's saying. The firewall or proxy is not allowing earlier. Let it start and then we'll see. It is very important. Once we get this, that is final. That is done. Also, we can check once the service is started up. From this environment also, we can able to see it. Grep login dollar context file. From go back .ebsenv, set the environment, get the login page from the context file. You got to know once we have in future, whenever we have used all these tools familiarly, at that time you can able to understand what is meant by this. This is the login page which is set. Okay. Apps example at 8000 OA underscore HTML apps login. Let it be. First, it needs to be started up. See here, it's saying something. Some services, admin server is down because I have a doubt. We could server run. Okay, let me check this part. Okay, that could be the password issue with the WebLogic admin server. That's where the application service is not started up. So we'll do one thing. Let me go back one step here. Set the environment TBS apps, run file system, go to admin scripts home, start AD str apps username and provide the apps password. Sorry, let it go. Username and the app's password, WebLogic password we need to give because of the credentials issue, right? Let me check the credentials. What it could be the password. Welcome one is the password for that. Let me start it up. It is start on. See, database is down. Because of the credentials or the database is down, then only it is not going to start it up. Let me check. Let me enter it. Because if the database service is not up and running, then we will get this, we will see this issue. That's okay. So database service is not up and running because we can see it complete. If you want to connect with apps user, we'll see. How we need to check is if you're unable to connect, means start the application, what could be the issue is, even though you have provided the proper password, the TNS or listener service is not running on the database side. That's where it is not able to establish the connection with the database. That's where if you want to start the application, if you want to maintain this application, database is must. So as of now, database is up and running, but the database service is not running. So we need to wait till that service came up. Else we need to check the service and then we can restart it up. Okay. Let us check again whether the application service is up now. Let's see. Still. Listener service is not started. Okay, we can do it manually. There's no issue with this. PWG, go to Oracle home location. Oracle. If you want to set the environment and then we can set it. Okay, let me check it here. $19.03 environment.vora. Now we can check DNS entries where it will take or come on. New session. Switch. Oracle. U01 install apps. 19C data. Product. Oracle home network, but where is our Oracle home thing? Let me check that, or else we can use this cat etc. Not have interest if you are not aware where your database is running, so that we can easily get it here itself. This is our Oracle home where it. So network admin, check the listener LSN listener thing. Oracle underscore home. Completely this related to the services which are running on this node. Admin cat DNS names. This is our service. String command not found. We'll do one thing. Let me connect with the fresh 192.168 0.123. Oracle. Let me maximize it. Okay. Yes. Cat dot bash underscore Profile. Did it set? No. Now we can set the profiles also, but we do have all the environment setup files under U01. Why should we rely on any one of that? See here, if you want to go with the scripts location, if you're going to start the DB, check this. See here, it has been already set the everything, environments and all those things. SID also it is set. Then what is the problem with to start with this? DB already started waiting for the service EBS DB. Sometime what will happen? No, if you can reboot the server and then it is going to pick it up because already OS level it may take it. Okay, we'll do init 6. Let it reboot. Okay, and then we can do a restart of the fresh because the service network level it is going to hold it. Okay, guys, after we restarted the services, now all the services will come up automatically because of the setup which we have in the server level. So we don't need to do anything. Only one thing which we need to take care of it is when you're trying to access this application URL, right? I'm trying to access it this one appsexample.com something, right? Hostname is not qualifying because of the some network level issues. If you are getting this kind of issue, you can try with IP address. Then we will get this part. Okay. Check with sysadmin and try with the password. This is a front end application login page. Okay. So this concludes our login, like start up the applications, we did it, and this login page, except sometimes like DNS we have modified manually. That's where host name is not allowing to log into that instance. Okay. In that cases, we can use our IP address. See, it is not going through. But whenever you are going through with this, what I can say, where it is. Okay, let me check this part. Where is our IP is? Okay, let it be. See, whenever we are going to use HTTP colon, this one, host name, apps login. It could be password issue. Okay, it could be password issue. Let us reset the password also, and then we will try else. Operations is the default user. We can use it, and then we can connect it to do all those things. Operation. Let me check. No, it is not there. Okay, we can reset the sysadmin password, and then we can use that sysadmin password. We have a lot of users which we have reset it, right? We can use any one of that. App, install apps, and the scripts. Here we have resetted so many users passwords, right? Now application is up and running, and if you want to reset the password for sysadmin, we'll check that. Enable this one, right? Cat. This is the command where you can use to reset your sysadmin password. Okay. It is taking. Okay, let it be. Connected to Oracle user. Go to U01 install apps. Here set the environment. env. Done. Now, if you want to reset the password for, first check whether your system password do you have or not. System. Let me check if this is not. I don't have a system password. If you don't have, you can reset it because everything is in our hand, right? System. That's okay. Unable to connect to the system password. Okay, that's okay. No problems. Set the EBS env. What is this? Now go to the scripts. Use this. Enable. Execute the script. Enter the new password for your sysadmin. Okay, most like the default password, most likely sysadmin. We will try with that. Why it is not allowing? We will see it. sysadmin. It is not allowing because it's need to reset it. Okay, we'll do it. We will check whether it is succeeded or not. Password changed successfully. Let me try. Perfect. So, if you are getting some errors, the login issues and all, we need to reset the password. Okay. We will have it like a lot of sessions in future. How to shut down and start up. What is the sequence to shut down and start up our application? So, this concludes our e-business suite installation on Vision instance. So Vision instance on our this one Oracle Virtual Manager. So we can use this instance and practice applying the patches on database side, application side, doing the sysadmin tasks. Okay. Homepage, if it's a domain level issue, that's okay, no issues. But it is allowing us to connect with. See here, this is a WebLogic console. Let me check. WebLogic. Perfectly. Okay. So in 12.2, we used to have this console to check your manager services, all services up and running or not. So in this way, we are going to manage. If the service is running means OA core is running means you are getting login page. It's a domain like domain level host is not redirecting to apps example. It is we can use this also Chrome also, right? Sometimes it will work. HTTPS, not the S, it is using 192.168.0.123 colon 8000 port. Use this. So if you are getting this login page means your application service is up and running. If you are not going through inside of that thing is it's a kind of some firewall or blockers in your server level. That's okay. Because of the DNS which we have configured, that is network level issues. See here, it is blocked. Apps example that is not responding. That's okay. No issues. Apps example that host name. That's okay. So our aim is to get this login page .jsp local login. If you are getting this login page to enter your sysadmin and password, that's concludes of this session. Okay. Here it is. And next in our next sessions, we will go through it next. Once you have connected with this sysadmin user, like this apps example, this one, and we'll go with one by one, remaining open the forms and other things. Okay. So many things. It comes one by one later on also. If we want to open this in IE mode, let me try with this. Whether it is going to allow or not. Let me try to use IE mode and then we'll see whether it is going to or not. It will prompt to relog in. We'll do that. HTTP colon. Got it. See here, whether it mean as and when you're seeing this home page redirect means it is working fine, but something is blocking in the network level. That's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. We'll see if it is going to open in IE mode or how it is. I'll show you this WebLogic console also so that so once we log into that page, see here it's a login page. Okay, we enter username and password. Then it is showing this front end page, and then we need to download this form servlet or any other things, and then we will get the console. Like this is a Java form. So this we call it as a front end login page. Okay. So in our upcoming sessions, we can see one by one and next session will show you how to shut down and start up the sequence of the application server, start up and shut down things. This is okay, no problem. It's expected one because we are not using. This is expected one because we are not using this local IP address because when I'm trying to configure, here it is. I understand that part is issue with your display. graphical thing which I have changed it here, right? VMGC. Because of that, DNS is not redirecting URL to this login site. That's okay. But installation part is done. If your application is up and running, whether you can see this login page, then that's cool. And once you get the login page, later on we will go to next page, that is the home page. Okay, that's all of the this session, guys. Thank you. Have a good day.